News 11 at 6.
Well, good evening, everyone. I hope you have been finding ways to beat the heat, because I'm trying to expand my vocabulary, if you may, because I'm just tired of saying it is hot outside, because it is so hot outside. Feel like temperatures today were anywhere from 110 to 115 in some places, so don't be fooled by just this 95 in Meridian. Feel like temperatures outside right now are still ridiculous across a lot of East Mississippi and Western Alabama, but Livingston and Philadelphia still looking nice and quiet as well. 90 degrees over there, and then 94 in Philadelphia. We do have a couple partly cloudy skies in some places, but most of us are setting very nice winds out of the north or the west at roughly 5 to 10 miles per hour across the board. Here's a look at more temperatures in East Mississippi and West Alabama. You see Demopolis 94 degrees, 94 over in Forest as well. Head over to Jackson at 95. So a lot of us more towards the mid to low 90s. Thankfully, it's cooling off a little bit, but feel like temperatures are not doing that. 107 over in Utah, 103 over in Forest. And Philadelphia, I don't know how you're getting through it today, but 113 in Philadelphia. We saw almost 120 earlier in Philadelphia, so it's just absolutely crazy. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it will be into tomorrow. That heat advisory will be continuing. However, it's not an excessive heat warning, so the main difference there is heat indices. So the heat index won't be nearly as hot as it has been over the past couple days. So for tomorrow, anywhere from 100 to 110 is still to be expected, but it's not nearly as bad as 110 to 115 and even higher in some places. So thankfully that will expire tonight at 9 p.m. and we'll still see that heat continue into tomorrow, but it won't be nearly as bad. So in that we are still dealing with a very active radar. There's that low pressure system off towards the north of Missouri that has kept us fairly dry. More severe storms are off towards the north, but there's a high pressure down just to the south of Mobile practically that's keeping us very more humid, if you may, but still fairly dry, but just very humid. So that's something we just have to be dealing with, but it could always be worse. We could be seeing those severe thunderstorm warnings, which are off more towards the north into more of north and central Alabama, but right now it's looking fairly quiet across our area as it has been all day. So it's been fairly nice, but let's talk about when we're going to be seeing some rain push into our area. So we're going to start here tonight, 95 right now here in Meridian. A lot of us still sitting in the mid to upper 90s by 10 p.m. tonight. Most of us in the upper 80s to low 80s, to some of us even the upper 70s. There's a slight chance for a stray shower, but not a complete washout by any means. And that will be pretty much the story as we go into our day tomorrow. It's more copy and paste, but the only difference is we actually do have a little bit higher of a chance of rain. We're starting off our day fairly mild into the low 80s, upper 70s. Then we start to see more rain move into the area into the afternoon. Main time frame for this is roughly anywhere from 2 p.m. to about 8 p.m. to have these storms kind of push through. So none of which will be severe, but we will be watching for some heavy storms to be pushing in at times. So localized flash flooding is the only threat that we're going to be watching out for. But until 10 p.m., it looks to be staying fairly clear into the overnight and evening hours. So just plan accordingly. A lot of us will be seeing some storms more towards the west or into western Alabama by around the evening hours. We are still tracking the tropics, although it's very quiet now across the Atlantic Ocean. There are still there's still one hurricane over in the Pacific, and we will not really have to worry about that. Here's a look at what we saw today, though. High at 97. We didn't get close to that record. We haven't hit 100 yet. Fingers crossed that we don't see it anytime soon. That low is 76, and it is the 1st of July, so we didn't get to kick off the month of July really with a bang, but if you're looking for a bang, 4th of July, it looks to be fairly nice. Not a complete washout. That 60% chance of rain we'll be watching for throughout the day, but it looks like it's going to stay fairly more towards the afternoon and morning hours. But reminder,